Hello, Lucy here. Just a reminder to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Whether you're new here or a regular listener, thank you for being part of this journey. We have got so many incredible guests lined up, so stay tuned and subscribe now.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
Well, that's what led me to what I do, because I burnt myself out, and I recognize that what we go through is training for our life. And, based on my belief system, the point of that is to overcome it myself so I can encourage someone else through it as well. So how that came about, just FYI, I have two books. I have them in front of me. One is Start Piano, What You Need for Successful Learning, and one is Kaleidoscope of the Heart, a collection of poetry and lyrics. And the Start Piano book was simply, I just thought, okay, I actually have another book that's like halfway done about effective piano practices. I've got to get to that later. And I have other things, long story short, waiting for me to finish. And there's an endless list. That's how creativity works, I guess. But
Yeah.
The Start Piano book is simply, okay, I taught piano for, 30 years. I gigged as a musician for over 25 years. I'm a composer. I got stuff people can use. So let's just put it simply, the basis of this book, and it's actually a course that's going to come out January 6th. The Essential Piano Basics course is literally based on this book. And it's basically all the same questions new and returning learners always asked me every single time when they were coming to me from somewhere else or for the first time, and how to get started, how to, move through piano learning with the best setup for your success, and how to work through plateaus, what's your mindset, what's the best mindset to really start with and come back to. Simple things, foundational things that make incredible impact on your momentum and your progress in piano that most people, because of marketing, try to skip by, and then they hit that wall, and so they come back to it. So that's the reason I did that. And then, as I said, I'm working on an effective piano practice book that kind of encompasses a lot of the different piano practice strategies that have worked for me and my students, and just giving people some ideas to work with, because sometimes you get stuck and you want to find a way through. And then the Kaleidoscope of the Heart book is an interesting thing. I have a very good friend who wants to just remain anonymous. She's very, very private and humble, but she has been a lifeline for me through many, many struggles in my life. And I over the years, many times, I would just put together chapbooks of my poetry and gift them to my family or my friends as a holiday gift. Just a few poems as, and not, heart-to-heart gift to somebody. So I thought, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull out some of my poems since I've moved up here. I'm going to go through some stuff and pull out something just to say thank you to her, just to send her a gift. And as I started working through all those poems, I thought, holy cow, like I have a lot of...
These are really good.
Well, I don't know that I'm just saying I have a lot of poetry and lyrics. And I thought, you know what? I might as well, to honor myself, to honor my creative spirit, put it together and publish it. And so what started is I was just going to gift her. First of all, I couldn't decide which poetry or lyrics to limit it to for her. And I thought, well, I'm not going to know that until I go through all of it. And then it was like this endless drawer, And so I ended up just putting it into sections, so they're like, the chapters are nature, alone, hope, doubt, artist life, loss, relationships, lyrics. Those are the basic chapters, in the book. And so I ended up writing a thank you to her in the preface, of course, for it, and I gifted her the book.
Aww.
That's kind of where it came from. And I think there could be some of those that could have been left out, maybe didn't really meet the mark of whatever. But I have submitted my poetry and had some things published before in like literary journals, I'm just not into that whole process. To me, that's more about waiting for someone else to approve my work. And also it's much more intellectual and form kind of focused. and craft sort of focused. And my poetry, this book specifically, which is everything I'm about as a coach and what I do as a creator, is about my authentic voice. And that's what I want other people to feel from it. This gives you permission to feel. Reading anybody's poetry or hearing poetry and lyrics or songs puts you in touch with that in yourself. And I just wanted people to feel that authenticity from it. So I left it as is. I didn't worry about, there were some that didn't make the cut, for sure. But I probably could have left some others out too. But I feel like, no, I'm showing you vulnerably exactly who I am on paper, with poetry and lyrics and our humanity. And as a gift, again, to myself, to just honor and be bold, give that of myself and to myself.
Our friends are so important to us. I don't think I could have got through half the stuff without my two very good friends, Amy and Jenny. Yeah. I've known them since I was about 9.
Wow,
and
that's amazing.
They know who I am. Like if I need a reality check, they're like, Luce, you need to rein your neck in.
That is wonderful.
Yeah,
that is wonderful.
They keep
Many
me in
people
check.
don't. Yeah, many people won't be brave enough to tell you what you really need to hear. That is a benefit and a half.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. They've held me. They've held me through a lot. But to be able to give them something like that, we'll put the links to both of those in the show notes.
Thank you.
So that people can
That's
come
very
along
nice
and have
of
a
you.
look at them. Definitely.
I appreciate that.
And I think I might need the first book as I start to come back to the piano. So I'd like a copy. If that would be okay.
Oh, sure.
Because I think I'm anxious about coming back to the piano because it has been such a long time. I've not touched the piano keys for many, many years. And I just want to circle back to, it was a very flippant, I don't know about that you said, but something about your poems. And I said, I'm sure they're all beautiful. And you went, oh, I don't know about that.
Quality wise, yeah.
I know you've talked a little bit about the inner critic, but it's still there, isn't it? It still comes out every now and again, Do you find it hard to kind of take those compliments or be told how brilliant you are?
Right.
Because I do.
Yes, I think it's normal for anybody to wrestle with being praised, sometimes. But what I meant by that was, I'm glad you called me out on that. What I meant by that was with regard to what some people in the literary journal world would consider quality poetry. Some of it in my book fits that, but not all of it does. It's not that kind of poetry. That's what I meant by, demurring or whatever. I think a lot of it is powerful and it certainly is emotive and thought-provoking and soothing and also very raw. A lot of the things about grief and the experience of that and is very real. So it kind of runs the gamut of things is my point with that. But yes, I think I'm glad you mentioned that sometimes it's hard for us to accept praise or compliments. And I think that's worth just pausing and listening to and recognizing for myself. I appreciate that. The way I look at it is, be careful, Jenny. You don't want to slander yourself.
Exactly.
That's a negative cause. So just accept it. Thank you. And, and move on. I also have the battle of not wanting to become egotistic or arrogant. So I'm always on the watch for don't get a big head.
Yeah. I absolutely hear you on that. It's stay humble, but accept the words that people say to you when they connect with you, when it resonates, thank you.
Yes.
Because I think sometimes, I know I have a tendency to do this. I'm sure people listening to this will as well, that we are always trying to prove ourselves to someone, especially with our creative work. We do want to feel like it's good, whatever that means, good. And if it's not good enough, then we keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And, yes, it can lead to burnout, but you end up sort of resenting your creative work as well, because you're just beating yourself up about it not being what you think everyone wants. But creating art is just, fundamentally, it is for you.
Yes, and what you've just described there is, to me, a very great description of the inner critic. That is that thing that we have to navigate. It's not about, your best creativity is really not about your skill, your technique, the discipline of it, or comparison to whatever is good or someone else's version of it. I think that's so important that, and it's everything that I teach in my creative exploration formula is about taking that inner critic off take your head off, set it aside, and leave him over there. Leave the editor hat over there.
Yeah.
And just really connect with your voice, your inner intent, your inner heart, and what you want to say and how you want to say it, and recognize that, yeah, we're gonna always be battling against that critique inside us. And as soon as you are aware of it, that self-awareness, take that hat off again and just really focus. And I wanted to go back to, for example, you're wanting to go back to go back to your piano again. So, what I would say to that is this same kind of thing. Keep it really small, keep it really simple. Start in a very simple way. We don't start by climbing the mountain. We start by taking steps, right? And so this applies to all kinds of creativity, anybody that wants to dive into it, or somebody burnout or whatever. But I would say, and I'm sure through your dance and through your composition, through your piano background, if we start with dedicated small time marked out daily for our creative exploration, whatever that is, whether it's 5 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you want to dedicate to it, start small just by giving yourself a dedicated time for it, and stop worrying about being good. It is not about being good. It is about the process. Everything I do, everything I've done, I never thought about the outcome when I was putting together these books. No, I just thought, what can I do to serve others? What do I have? What message do I have that can help other people? Go with that intent. Don't worry about being good. Just give yourself permission to explore. And with piano, it might be 5 minutes a day. With poetry, it might be like jot down a phrase or two here or there, every day, or in your morning journaling or whatever. With composing, just play a handful of notes. That's it. And so what I'm trying to impress is that when we're getting back to or trying to explore or break through a burnout block, or curious for the first time and nervous about it, consistency is far more powerful than any kind of pressure, right? Creativity grows through our curiosity, through our self-compassionate non-judgment, just showing up in small acts of consistent practice, not through perfection, not through thinking about perfection, right? Just start small, because it's research backed that we don't need much time. You need like 5 minutes a day to start exploring whatever it is, and that starts opening up your creative flow. It's not about the pressure we put on ourselves. It's about small acts of consistent practice without judgment. And it's amazing how far that will take you, really. Yeah.
When I start practicing, I'm going to send you little snippets.
You mean on the piano?
On the piano.
That's actually good for you. I mean, you don't have to send it to me, but I mean, you're welcome to. But that's actually a very good way to hold yourself accountable, to practice, performance on a regular basis. Because once you hit record, you can't stop, right? You have to practice being able to play through. And you said you had some nerves about performing, so one of the ways to help that is just consistently record yourself, play it through as if it's a performance. I love it. And I'd like to see your piano.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take some pictures of it, actually, because that's the other thing. Visualization is so powerful. If I can see the picture of the piano and I have it in my conservatory or have it in my house, then it's on my mind then, and then I can bring that bring that to the energy of the house and my intention.
Yeah, baby.
I want to encourage my little boy to play.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's a very sensitive little boy. He's got great rhythm. Like when we put music on, he can clap the beat. He can feel it. He's very expressive. So there's an artist in there. I know there is. So I'm looking forward to that. As soon as the piano is in, I want to get him involved as well.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys have it you're in the UK, right? In the United Kingdom. Yeah. I don't know if you have it over there, but there's a wonderful, you can look it up online, Music Garten. It's German, Musikgarten, Music Garten. I taught that for years. It's a wonderful approach for kids 5 to 9, and it's very holistic. They drum, they sing, they move, they do games, then they take it to the keyboard. They learn the music that way, holistically, kinesthetically. And it's a really good one for, if he's that gravitated towards movement and rhythm when you're around the piano, he would be really suited for that kind of thing if you can find a music garden teacher near you.
Yeah, you're right. And there is, I did some CPD recently with Kimball's. They teach music and movement to
similar, yeah,
to preschool children, babies through to preschool reception and beyond, I think. But it's when I was there with the teacher, it was all about natural sort of instincts of drumming on the floor, drumming up body percussion, crossing the midline, all the things to help development, movement. Yeah. So it's really interesting. But
that's very good. Yeah,
I'd love to learn a little bit more about that as well. What's in store for the new year? Because you said you're going to take December off. I'm going to try and take December off as well if I can. Try and schedule
good
things. Yeah. Get organized. But what are you thinking of happening in the new year? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, thank you. First, I'm looking forward to rest and a far less frantic schedule, because from January, I'm outsourcing I've already got people lined up to edit my podcast, my video, and do all my social media stuff. Yeah, because that's been, when you're an entrepreneur and you're building everything and you're doing the job of 8 people, and plus I'm a caregiver, plus blah, blah. So handing those things off, blah, blah. And then January 6th, my Essential Piano Basics course opens up, and so I have I'm just looking forward to working more, with more clients in the as the year goes on, and I aim to. Currently, I'm doing 1-to-1 coaching, but I'm aiming to scale that to group coaching probably by the end of next year. And just continuing, I've got a few guests lined up throughout the year, and doing some series on how, similar to how we touched on today, how grief and creativity block or hinder or impact positively each other, how you can use creativity to navigate it and process it and find meaning and yada yada. So I've got a series there and a grief acceptance coach that's going to be a guest about that. And
wow.
And then I have you coming up as a guest.
Yes.
So we're going to dive into you more deeply and what you do as a creator, and some lighter stuff more about how do you nurture creativity. I've got a lot of that coming out next year. And just taking it very much at a much more sustainable pace. I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, that sounds really good. It does. And for those people who are listening, you can head to the show notes. You'll find all of Jenny's links to website and your creative chord, podcast, books. Everything will be in there. So do check it out. Make sure you connect with her, follow on socials. And yeah, it's been amazing talking to you. I'm so glad we've connected. And I feel like I'm going to be in contact with you a lot more in the coming months when I'm like, Jenny, I can't get this.
Lean into breathing and self-compassionate talk. You'll be good, but you can reach out to me anytime. And I'm looking forward to talking to you on your creative court next year too.
Yeah, thank you.